Okay, we obviously we played very poorly, and we were embarrassed, to say the least. I really believed that we could win that game going into it. I thought we were every bit as good as them. Practices have been going well. I thought we had a good plan going into the game, and just didn't execute it with the darn. And didn't play the way I thought we would play and the type of team that we have. We didn't play up to our potential, and they played up to theirs. Obviously, I was wrong, and our defense had been playing so well, and we tackled very poorly. Too many missed tackles, didn't get off blocks. Our offense looked good from the 20 to the 20, but then in the red zone, in the orange zone, when it really counts, we messed up. So it's not a yardage deal, it's touchdowns and the score. That's how you judge your won or loss. We played poorly and they played well. A lot like a year ago when we played here against them. They didn't play as well, and we played well against them. So it was almost mirror games in the fact that real disappointed in the way we played. Special teams, however, did cover well. We covered their kickoffs good. Didn't get out to the 30-yard line one time. Our punter punted well, and our net punt was 42. We averaged 47 yards, so we had about 4 yards of return. Their offense kept us off balance because they didn't do what they normally did. I think it's the same thing that we did against them last year, probably, when Buckram rushed for 270 yards. We were expecting them to screen and throw the ball outside and throw it short. And we practiced that all week, the linemen running and everyone running to those areas, and then they just kept running the ball at us and didn't do that. We tried it a few times and we shut them down, and then they just ran the ball right straight at us. Just real simple football. And so we were kind of going sideways instead of going and attacking them on defense. On offense, we really didn't know what we were going to see on offense because we had about 25 plays with their number one defense and the new defensive coordinator, Brian Stewart, and he did an awfully good job. They gave us some looks that we had not seen before. We had to adjust on the move, which a senior veteran offensive line should be able to do. We did make some mistakes offensively and didn't get our running game going like we thought, and then we got behind and had to pass. So disappointed, upset, angry, anything you want to say except discouraged. We're not discouraged. I believe in this team. I believed in them a week ago when I was here, and I still believe in them. They have outstanding character, really good people on this team, and they're embarrassed by the effort that they showed also. We don't have time to pout or sulk or cry about it or whine about it because the Aggies are coming to town, and they're coming to town right away, and they're improved. They're playing better than they did a year ago. Real good quarterback who can run and throw, big, good-looking kid. Their secondary is back from last year, and they have a couple of pro prospects there, and an additional running back, and a couple of wide receivers that can catch the ball and run. And I thought they looked good. They looked better than they were a year ago, and they are making improvement. And so we're going to put our pedal to the metal and work extra hard this week because it's going to be a great game and a great opponent. And they always give their best, and we certainly want to give our best. And last week we didn't give our best. It just wasn't minor football as we know it. And so we've got to get back to basics. There's going to be some blocking and tackling in practice, and pad under pad, and going back to basics. We kind of got off that with Houston's offense, the way that they run so many screens and stuff, and kind of like grass basketball. And then they went to the run and killed us with basic football fundamentals. So it's going to be fundamental practices this week, obviously not taking anyone lightly. They're a very good team. New Mexico State is, and they're improving. And I think Houston's a good team too, and I think they played up to their ability. I think it was the whole thing. I'm disappointed in our red zone scoring. The opportunities that we got, we left them on the field again, like we did the first game. I thought we had that corrected, but we obviously didn't. We made too many mistakes down there, too many penalties. And then I'm just surprised with how the defense played, how we didn't attack them like we're capable of doing, how we're going to do it from now on. This isn't going to happen again. Whether we get beat or not, that might happen, but we're not going to play defense the way we played it Saturday night or Friday night. Well, they did some unusual things, so we did make some adjustments. The guys did finally get it figured out so that we could move the ball. And, Chris Adams had a great night. Vito played okay, I think. And Marlon McClure played excellent. I think he was about 225 for amount of yards and punt returns, or not punt returns, but kickoff returns and catches and reverses and that kind of thing. We had about 200 yards total. So there were some good players that did good. I think Houston played better on defense Friday night than they did a year ago. I think their linebackers are a little bit better, There were still some open guys in the secondary. They're going to have to show that up, but in their running game was, and they blocked us. I mean, it wasn't a fluke. They blocked us. They blocked our defensive line and our linebackers. We were sitting back, catching. And that's not the way to play defense, and that's not the way we're going to play. I really feel bad for Braxton Amy with the injury that he had. He popped an Achilles tendon, so he'll be out the whole year. Wasn't in a contact area, just right out in the middle of the field, and he was real emotional and probably still is. So it's a tough pill to swallow for a young guy like that. We're looking at who will take over. We have a number of candidates now, obviously. Brandon Miller, Weston June, and Richard Spencer are our backups at that position. Also, Trayvon Nixon played really, really well. He didn't back up. He was going for it all the time. He had a great interception and that's nice to have him back. He'll help us. I don't know if he's going to play this weekend or not. We'll have to just see. He worked out Sunday in the swimming pool, and then I haven't seen him today. But the swelling's going down, and he's getting better. It's just a slow process. Tron Roberson will have surgery on his knee, and he'll be out this season too. And gosh, he was playing great. He will, however, get that year back. I'll have to petition, but he'll get still another 4 years this year. But he's going to work out and wants to come back real bad. He was real disappointed when he would have Houston. Johnny Moore's laboring a little bit too, so he got bruised groin, and he was banged up a little bit. So we'd like to see Goldie in there if we could. But we got to block, we got to tackle, we got to come out with enthusiasm and emotion and toughness, physically and mentally tough. If something goes bad, so what? Let's get going. And that's what we need to do here. It's all here, it's all in your self-talk about when things go bad. What do you think? The conversation that you're having with yourself in your head. It's got to be the one like a champion, a guy with character. And I think for the most part, this team has good character. We could, he's a corner for us right now, and actually didn't play an awful lot of corner, but played nickel, which is kind of like a safety position. But he can fly the ball in the air real well. And so, and he's quarterback for New Mexico State can throw it to you. He's got a good arm. Pick up a junior college guy from Palomar Junior College in California. Good player. Well, we're going to work on fundamental football this week. Run and pass. We'll cover. Not necessarily. Their quarterback, however, is a very good runner. He'll run. You don't have to worry about a wildcat offense because he's 6'3", about 220, and he'll take that ball and run a dive play with it right up the middle. Very effective. Runs the option, runs the zone read, runs the down the line option, runs the quarterback draw, and can throw. Athletically, they look a lot lot faster than I anticipated them looking. They're not huge and lumbersome like they have been some years, you know, with the big linemen. They're a thinner team, a faster team, have more team speed in it. Oh yeah, I think he's doing a great job. I think they've recruited a lot better players. It seems like more athletic players. He's not up, down, He's a steady, Eddie guy where he's going to take a program and get it better and better and better each week. And he plays by the rules, and he's a good person.